Yo, 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 we back. It's another episode of The Poet's Conscience. I am Michael the Poet.
Father Mitch.
And we're here with an interesting topic for today. But I do want to get this out of the way. If I sound a little funny or a little bit off, I am sick. I apologize. I do not have anything serious. It's the common cold. Common cold. No quarantine. But today's episode is going to be about personality versus character.
Explain that. Explain the difference between personality and character for us.
Well, I'm going to talk about why we have to talk about it, and then I want to get into the nuance of it.
Okay.
But lots of times, right, we have people, or lots of people think that personality and character are synonymous, like they are the same thing. But truthfully, they're not. They're actually different. And
I agree.
And that definitely causes a problem. Because when you think about relationships and when you think about just people who you're friends with, because we use them so synonymously, we're not attributing the right things correctly. So people will fall in love with someone maybe for their personality, but not for their character, and they don't know the difference. And there's a clear difference amongst them. So that's why it's really important, because the dating game's already messed up. Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to give y'all some tips, trying to help y'all in the long run. It's actually really, really important. But I'm gonna start off with personality, right? Personality are the things that are observable, right? They are the behaviors or the actions of a person
that we can see.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
if a person is shy, that's part of their personality. You can tell when a person's shy. Mm-hmm. If a person is confident, right? You can see that. You can see that's something in their mannerisms, in their behaviors. Mm-hmm. Another one sometimes is if a person's funny, right? You'll say, "Oh, that person's funny," mm-hmm. because they tell jokes, whatever. Even if you said a person is animated, mm-hmm. that is part of their personality.
Yeah, animated.
Yo, I'm not animated. I need everyone to stop saying I'm animated. But you really think I'm animated?
Yeah, we all established animated.
Who's we?
The whole production crew.
That's crazy. The whole production
crew. Yeah.
The whole production crew.
They all raised their hands, by the way.
Raised their hands.
Yeah. So, animated. It's not a bad thing though. Just gotta own that. Live with that.
Okay. Anyway, so I guess that's part of my personality. I'm animated. Amazing. That's what I am too. Amazing. That's part of my personality. Mm. The things that I do is pretty amazing. Feel me? But anyway, that's personality, right? The difference from that and character is your innate morals and values, right? Those are things that you learn over time. They're not something that you just see automatically. Your character stands the test of time, if you want to think of it like that. Right?
Okay.
Your character is going to be something that is long lasting. Example, being honest, right? You don't meet someone and just tell that this is an honest person. You can't just automatically, you can't prove honesty, it's not observable in a fine glass, right? Respectful is another one, right? That's part of your character, right? It's something that you see over time. That's part of your morals. That's part of your code. You can tell a person's respectful based on just a time frame. It's not something you're gonna just see the first time. I could come up to you and say, "Oh, good evening, good morning, whatever,"
and be barbaric behind closed doors. I'm agreeing with you.
I felt like that was a sub.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
All right. So exactly, with that, a person can be respectful this first time. Behind closed doors, they can be barbaric.
Right?
What's another one? Another one would be, loyalty, like being loyal, having a sense or moral code of loyal, right? You wouldn't know that until time has passed.
Yeah. So all of these things that you named within the character subset are mostly things that have to be proven.
Yes. Yeah, it's not just observable.
Okay.
And the thing about that, and the reason why I even thought of this topic was how do people know what they are falling in love with? How do people know when they're in a relationship what it is about a person that they're really falling for? Are you falling for their personality or are you falling for their character? Right? And in that, what do you need from a person's personality and what do you need from their character, or what don't you need? Right? What can you do without? And those are questions that we're going to get into within today's episode, but that's why I wanted to get that foundation first, right? Personality versus character. What is observable, right? What you can see from a person versus what is within them, what is innate, what is going to stand the test of time, right? So let me ask you the question, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is more important? Or what's more important to you?
I'd say what's most important is character, but what attracts you to the character first is the personality. Because if you have no personality, I'm not going to want to stick around for your character.
Okay.
Ultimately. So, personality attracts, but character is what essentially would keep a person around you. Okay.
So then let me ask you this other question then. What are the character traits that what character traits do you look for, would you say? Like which ones are important to you above all?
Important to me, loyalty. I would say loyalty is really big. And respect. As long as you respect me, I'm good. Because respect is mutual. I'm gonna respect you regardless of whoever you are. But loyalty I don't expect from everybody. But respect is I feel like something that every human being should show to another. So okay. I would prioritize respect over everything else.
Respect over everything else. So respect and then loyalty.
Yeah.
Okay. So a person can be loyal to you, they can respect you, but what happens if they not honest? Or they just be lying to you?
Then that's disrespect. And at that point,
really?
You breach that. Yeah. Depending on what you lie about. I mean, if you lie about what you ate for dinner last night, then that's a harmless lie. But if you lie about if I found out that $20 went missing out my wallet and you lied and said you don't know what happened and it was actually you, then that's a problem. That's disrespect. So lying and respect kind of go hand in hand, because if you lie to somebody, depending on the scale of the lie, it breaches that respect that you had for that person or that person had for you.
I'm going to say I definitely agree, but I don't feel like there's any reason to really be lying. Like, if I ask you what you ate last night and you feel that you had to lie about that,
I was giving it as an example.
No, but people kind of do that. Like, some people are sick. Like, that's sick. I'm not saying they're sick.
Some people can't. Some people really can't help but lie about the small things, and it happens. It happens. I'm not saying
what you ate. You had a cheeseburger and you going to tell me you had a salad?
But they might want to impress you and say, "Oh, well, last night I had steak."
Impress me by telling me the truth, you liar. What?
But it's I don't know, some people just feel the need to lie because they may have an image that they want to maintain, or they just may want to impress you because they just respect you that much.
So what I'm hearing is, to a certain degree, you condone that.
No, not at all.
Nah, I'm joking. I'm joking. All right, so then my next question, I'm gonna get into personality. right? But I'm gonna get into that after. We're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back.
All right.
Poet's Conscience.
Poet's Conscience.
No. All right, we back. Michael the Poet, Poet's Conscience. Where we left off, I had a question, right? And I was gonna ask you.
Yeah.
I was gonna get into personality. So, my question for you: what are personality traits that you look for?
I look for funny. I look for social. I look for social because I'm not social myself. I don't think I'm the most social person.
Nah, you kind of different.
All
Kind of odd.
right, watch your mouth.
You off.
Right.
You off. I ain't gonna lie to you. Kind of off sometimes.
Yeah, no, especially in big rooms.
Cause you tall. You take up the whole room. Nah, I'm joking. Keep going. Keep going.
Funny, social. Caring. Is caring? Would you say caring's a personality?
Nah, caring is more. I would say caring.
It's more character based.
I'm gonna say caring falls into character because
it takes action.
Yeah, like how do you like? I give you like a water bottle because I ain't want it. Like I don't know, like that. Caring is something that you notice over time. Like I don't see caring as like as soon as I see you do something, like, oh, you're really caring. Like I don't see that.
Okay. Optimism. I throw that in there. Confidence is a branch of optimism in a sense.
Well, let me ask you this then, right? Because in the same vein, there are negatives, right? There are negative personalities and there are negative characters, right?
Definitely.
What are some negatives that like, what are negatives that you notice? What negatives are like big that you can like notice and you'll be like, wow.
Loud talkers.
Loud talkers.
I don't like loud people.
I definitely agree with that.
I don't like loud people. That and loud for no reason. If you're loud without a purpose, that irritates me. I'm not saying you have to be library quiet all the time, but loud people that bothers me. So,
are you talking about people who are loud as in like their volume is just loud, or like everything they do is loud? Like, you know, some people they like, you know, the hand clap is the
both.
Let me tell you.
And loud in animation. But if you're loud in animation, sometimes that's great.
You just said I was animated.
You are animated. But you're not loud in animation, you're just animated. If you're loud in animation all the time, that can be annoying. But if you're loud in animation sometimes, I'm cool with that. I'm perfectly cool with that. But I just don't want too much of it.
Okay, so like give me an example. Like what is loud in animation? Just so I could like, is it the people who be clapping and?
Yeah, it's the people who be clapping.
Is it the people?
Do you know those people you have to tell? You know those people. Let's say you walk into a place. You're walking into a social function with a lot of your peers,
all right,
and you bring somebody, and you have to tell this person to be nice.
Okay.
You're too loud. If you have to tell that person to be nice before they enter wherever you guys are headed, you're too much at that point.
No, I definitely agree because, like, I'm not knocking this person, but, like, you know the people that jump on the train and be like, showtime? Them people, like, yo, y'all just too loud and annoying for me. Like, that right there is too much. But I know it's a little bit off topic, but I just threw that out there. Like, they hustle.
Every real New Yorker hates Showtime. No real New Yorker likes Showtime, especially in the middle of the day. In the morning, I'd rather deal with it in the morning than in the middle of the day. But in the morning, they're not up. I don't really see them in the morning. So they midday hustlers.
They practicing.
For what?
Showtime. That's what they practice it for.
Yeah, Showtime is too much.
Okay, so people who are loud. What other negative traits would you say that?
Loud, obnoxious, overtly extra.
Overtly extra. What do you mean?
Those people that just overreact to everything. Like the wind is blowing too hard, and the girl you're with who's overly extra is just like, oh bitch, my weave almost fell off. That's too much. That's too extra. I don't need that. I don't need that in my life. So that's out of here. That's overtly extra. And overt and extra is kind of the same thing, but I added it together to show exactly how irritating it is.
Yo, I'm gonna be tight. Yo, I'm gonna tell you, if my podcast gets canceled because of you, if women start like boycotting because you just leave the weave alone.
No. Weave is fine for, like if that's your thing. Weave is cool. I understand the appeal behind it, but
stop.
Did I ever tell you about my phobia? I have a phobia about wigs. So for some reason I get extremely like flustered and nervous when I see women do the act of this. When I see the act of this, I'm being serious. I
saw that at the corner of my eye.
I'm being serious. It genuinely makes me feel fear, and I don't know why. I could never date a woman who wears wigs religiously. I can never do it.
Is it because like you feel like you dating somebody else?
No, I don't know why. I had to look it up on the internet because I didn't know where it came from, and there's a name for it, but I can't remember.
Phobia?
No, not awake phobia. But it's a thing. It's a thing. I thought I was the only one, but the internet made me feel safe.
What kind of Facebook group you part of?
No, it's a real thing. I don't know why, but the act of doing this it scares me.
So like,
it makes me real nervous.
So like, what if someone's open up like a can of soup and they like?
No, that's fine. That's fine. It's just the act of somebody almost taking off their hair, and I can know what your hair looks like under it. Like your hair can be beautiful under it, but at that time, I don't know why, but it makes me feel nervous and extremely uncomfortable.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know when you have a friend and you learn something new about them, that's just like you just have to look at them like, yeah, this is part of your personality right there. No, that's that odd shit. That's that odd shit.
I hope I'm not I know I'm not the only person who feels like this, because Google told me I wasn't. So
I'm gonna need y'all to comment, DM, message, whatever y'all need to do. I need to know, is this a real thing?
DM me and let me know I'm not alone.
They might DM you something else.
Nah, don't DM me. Y'all wigs being taken off. That's disgusting. Did you? All right. Did you watch the last season of Power?
No.
I'm not gonna tell you what happened. But in the last season of Power, Tasha took her wig off.
Okay.
And it looked bad under there, and people made it a challenge. And they called it the Tasha Challenge, and they were on Instagram taking their wigs off. It was a nightmare for me, bro. That's why I haven't posted in a while. It was bad. I had to cancel Instagram for like a whole week. It was tragic. It was a hard time for me.
All right, let's get back to personality and negative personality. I don't mind that tangent, but I'm like disturbed for you, like
yeah,
because
you can imagine what I saw.
No, not in that way, but all right, what other personality, like negative ones, would you say? Like I would actually say lazy. Actually,
lazy is more character though.
That you're right. You're right. Lazy.
Action.
Yeah, no, and it's something that you can tell over time.
Yeah,
like, it's not something you're gonna see the first time.
Yeah.
So you know what?
There are some character traits that can change easier than others, which is probably why we're getting it mistaken.
Well, yeah, but you are right.
But lazy, I would put in the character category.
I would definitely say that's one character that I do not really that's a no-go for me. Um, I would say like driven, like right. That's something that is I would say is a character trait, and that's big for me. That's
Okay.
one thing that I adore. So a person that's lazy, that's one character trait that does not work for me. Does not.
Okay.
But all right, you know what? We're gonna be right back. And we're gonna get back into some more of these topics and these questions. Poet's conscience. All right, we back. We're just gonna pick up from where we left off. Um, so I just wanted to. We just finished talking about some of the negative characteristics and some
Personalities.
of the negative personalities, right? I guess what I wanted to get into is what do you think people fall in love with the most, right? Like what do you think people end up doing that sometimes messes them up in a relationship?
They fall in lust.
That was deep.
That's happened to me a couple times.
But in regards to personality and characteristics, though,
I don't know because everybody gravitates to different personalities. That same extra person that I hate, somebody might love. For example, I think Cardi B is extremely extra, and if you're from the Bronx, you think she's annoying, just like me. But there's an Offset that will love and appreciate that. So I think that everybody has their own flavor.
that was deep. There's an Offset. Oh, I like that. That was deep. But what I mean is, in regards to relationships, right? I mean, I definitely get that point. But in regards to relationships, I think the reason why I brought this up and I even wanted to separate them and get like good definitions for them, right, is because we see a lot of times the personality traits, right, the things that we see, like a person's personality. Too many times do we put, in my opinion, right, a lot of emphasis on that, right? Because those are things that can be quick. Those are things that can be done, right? And you just see that. But does that personality alone carry a relationship, right? And I think lots of times that's where relationships sometimes get messed up because we put so much emphasis on the personality, right? When we meet someone, we think they're funny. We think, they're extrovert. We think, they're very energetic. These are some things that we are attracted to and that we like. But I think the most important thing is the character. And I think relationships kind of get messed up nowadays because that character piece, there's not enough emphasis on it, right? We only notice the character once it doesn't suit us anymore. And it happens a lot, right? Because we are so wrapped into the personality that we ignore some of the red flags that happen with a person's character. And then later on, that's when we start to, oh, you always lying, you always dishonest.
I think oftentimes the red flags are ignored because we like their personality, and we like how they make us feel during that time span. That's why they say you'll know if you want to really continue being with a person after 6 months of dating them, because that personality changes. Personality can change by the day. However, character tends to be a little more consistent. Certain character traits can change, but character tends to be more consistent.
Definitely harder.
So after that 6 months, you tend to know a person's true colors and get to know them. And sometimes you just may deeply like somebody so much that you just either don't notice the red flags or you turn a blind eye to them because you're willing to accept that person's flaws at the time because of how they make you feel.
Okay. No, I definitely agree. I think it's something that needs to be looked at more, and I would just say that in a general sense, right? And it's like it's for everybody. It's not nobody, like women, men. There's no race. There's no anything. As in general, I think there needs to be more awareness and understanding behind that, because I'm just looking out for y'all. I'm looking out for the dating scene, looking for the relationship world.
Dating scene is doing real bad right now.
It's doing real bad, and that's why this is important, right? Is to know what type of personality that you are interested in, to know what type of characteristics that you're looking for. And I think it's just as important to know the ones that you are against, the ones that you don't like, ones that you can't deal with, right? For me, honesty. I need honesty. Like, I said it before, but I need honesty. A person lying to me really messes me up. I'm not gonna lie to you. It messes me up because I feel it could just be me, but now, like, when you lie to me, now I feel like I feel like you think I'm dumb because you think you're gonna get away with it. And I think that you, as you said, like, even with like respect, it's a respect thing, because I'm always gonna keep that same energy. So once you lie to me, it's like now I have to really start to double guess, triple guess everything that you do. So I definitely feel that
That's understandable.
like there are certain things that you have to know what you like and what you don't like. I don't take that lying business. Don't you lie to me. Let them know whose conscience this is.
No, but I know
it's mine.
I know people who have lied to you, and I know how much you dislike it, and how you tend to treat those people afterwards. Barbaric. But no, I understand, and everybody has the right to choose what they want to tolerate and what they don't want to tolerate. And I think if you decide that you don't want to tolerate lying, I think that's fair. I think if you don't want to tolerate somebody being extra, I think that's fair. And if you don't want to tolerate somebody who's too energetic all the time, that's fair. You know, it goes either way. Everybody has their own preferences. Yeah. But don't settle. That'd be my advice. Don't settle.
Don't settle. And definitely just make sure you know what is attracting you, right? Just make sure you know whether it's a personality trait, whether it's a characteristics, because those, you know, some are short term, some can change, some are long term. Some things you gonna have to wait for something to change it, like, you know.
Yeah.
So definitely figure that out. But yeah, man, I think that's a good wrap up for me right there. I think that's good.
Yeah, you know, just try to, if you're dating somebody, try to understand not just their character, but what their morals and values are. And if their morals and values align with what your morals and values are, then, you know, continue to investigate.
So that does it for another episode. I am Michael the Poet.
Father Mitch.
Please like, comment, follow, subscribe.
Click that bell.
Ding.
That little bell.
Hit that little bell.
Little bell.
Right? If you guys have any experiences with personality or character that you thought you liked, if you know, tell us your stories, like any relationships, any dating, anything that happened, right?
If any of you guys dated somebody who pulled their wig off and it scared y'all, put it in the comments. I'm not the only one. Please.
Yo, your personality is different. All right.
No, but that's it though. We'll be back next time. Father's Conscious, Father Mitch, co-star Michael the Poet. Michael.
We done.